Welcome back to Hannity. There's breaking news today regarding the Obama administration's efforts to force Catholic institutions to provide contraception to employees. The White House asked the U.S. Supreme Court yet again not to exempt religious groups from Obamacare's outrageous birth control mandate. The mandate was temporarily put on hold at the 11th hour by Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Joining now with reaction, our radio talk show host and Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall, and from Next Generation.TV, Michelle Fields. Let me start with you, Leslie, only because I'm trying to figure out, so the Obama administration, it keeps pushing the Supreme Court to go ahead and make that mandate, that contraceptive mandate, a reality. What is the push? Let the Supreme Court do their job, no?
Well, this is very different, Eric, and I think a lot of people don't understand. It's actually a three-way religious battle. One, you have actually institutions that are religious, nonprofit, that are already exempt from contraceptions and things like that. But what they have with the example of the nuns, which started this, and private business owners, they have private businesses that are for profit but have a religious link. And now the Supreme Court has to decide if that religious link by a business owner is actually linked to a person's First Amendment religious rights, their constitutional right. Remember, the employee also has, of these organizations, a First Amendment religious constitutional right. So I think, honestly, the Supreme Court is the best place for this decision to be made.
But, Michelle, as we pointed out earlier, the Obama administration continues to push them to find in their favor.
Yeah, look, this is such a violation of their religious rights. You know, what is so essential to religious rights is for the government not to force you to violate your religious beliefs. And that is what these people are being forced to do. These groups like Little Sisters of the Poor are being forced to sign permission slips that authorize insurers to grant abortions, to grant contraceptives. And this is not what they believe in. Why are we forcing them to do this? It's not fair, and it violates their rights.
So, Leslie, the Little Sisters believe firmly that there should be no contraceptives. They shouldn't have to provide that, and they can't get an exemption. However, unions believe whatever they believe, and they're being exempted left and right. How can you square that circle? How is that fair?
Well, first of all, we're not talking about fairness. We're talking about the Constitution and what is and isn't permissible and what is and isn't allowed to be exemptable under the First Amendment. With regard to the contraception, that is not all that the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act for women's rights, and women do have many more than men physical ailments throughout their lives. We're talking about cancer screening. We're talking not just breast, ovarian, cervical, which, by the way, nuns, even though not sexually active, also need for themselves. Eric, my question is, how come that they don't want to provide these services, but they will pay their employees to use money they paid them to perhaps get these services themselves through insurance companies? It's really the same. The money is being funneled through the same organization and through those people who are religious. This just now comes under the guise of Obamacare.
They're not violating women's rights. Women are free to go get contraceptives. They are free to get abortions, but they are not free to force people to pay for those services, to pay for those things. That's the difference, Leslie.
Leslie?
They are paying for them. When they pay their salary, Michelle, they are paying for them. If you work for any of these organizations, you can take your paycheck and you can go buy birth control pills. What is the difference?
They're not going to sign off for a permission slip to insurers to give it to them. Yes, they will pay them, but they don't want to be complicit in all of this. They don't know where the money goes. They don't want to sign.
They cannot pick and choose contraception. And by the way, that is not just for women. Men use condoms, which is also not permissible within the Catholic Church.
Boy.
So can any religious organization, and not just Catholics, can any religious organization pick and choose what their employees do in their private lives when it comes to sex?
We're going to have to go and say goodbye to you. But by the way, Michelle, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning on Cashing In, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, 11:30 a.m. Eastern
There you
time.
go. That's the promo. We snuck that one in. All right. Thank you very much, you guys.